Hey you guys, what's goody, what's up? This is Glamazon Tay here, as you guys know. I just had so much going on mentally that I wasn't in a space to get in front of a camera. Number two, I feel like the whole Black Lives Matter movement and all this that's going on with it, I just wanted to put my time and energy into a space of supporting my people. But I didn't feel right getting on camera and trying to put up this facade of like everything is going on and stuff. And I just feel like, you know, with me, I had to detach. Like, even when I upload this video, I don't know if my Instagram and stuff is going to still be disabled, but one of my accounts actually ended up getting deleted. My other account, I actually disabled it. I'm going to talk about that in the upcoming video. But I just feel like I just needed a break, girl. I needed a break. So, what I have been doing, my part on the back end, you guys know Black Lives Matter. Fuck all that all lives matter shit. Black Lives Matter. And I feel like, you know, I've been doing my part on the back end. I've been donating, protesting, giving away things, doing everything that I just can do. So you guys should definitely do the same. If you can get out there and protest, donate. If you can donate, go protest. Anything can help. Sharing a post on social media, all that kind of stuff. And with my platform, I definitely want to bring awareness. I will put some links below of some places that I've actually donated and are reputable. But you also can do your research and find stuff out. Make sure that you do your research. And some social media accounts to actually follow. Well, I don't really I follow them, but I don't follow them. So number one, I'm kind of like on Instagram by typing in instagram.com and then like just searching people, but I'm not actually on my own account. If that makes sense. I know my spirits might not be the same as normal, but you know, I'm gonna try to do my best by you to share some things and do some things. Okay. So just to change the momentum a little bit, I have not been on freaking YouTube in so long, and I know I apologize. My apologies. First, starting off, let's just talk about it. So y'all know that my business, honey, my business launched February 21st, 2020. And I just feel like, honestly, with my business, I was like, this, I don't know what to expect. I know I'm doing a lot of more different things and all this kind of stuff. But as you guys can tell by the title, honey, business has been booming and business has been doing extremely, extremely well. You know, the coronavirus and all this other stuff is going on, and everybody's kept talking about, you know, with the virus that has stopped their bag a little bit, it slowed them down and this, that, and this, that. With me, it's actually done the complete fucking opposite, honestly. Like, it's just done the complete opposite. It's made my business actually skyrocket. Just thank you, Lord. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Because honestly, I don't know. It just came out of nowhere. So let me just give y'all a breakdown of what happened. And I'm going to be giving you some tips and tricks. It's low-key kind of be like a story time, but tips and tricks in business as well. So I'm just going to tell y'all exactly what happened. I know that the coronavirus hit. And one thing that I want y'all to take in consideration is, with having a business, you always have to kind of low-key be on trend. And that's just being aware of the things that's going on. So keep that in mind. It was kind of crazy. So at first, you know, I opened up my store in February. And then when I did it from February, like March, we got all this traffic and high volume because the store is doing this, that, and this, that. But feeding off of that, that's when we get into the pandemic. And it was like, I noticed it pretty soon. So it was like maybe a week. And I noticed that people weren't buying clubby clothes and accessories. They were buying them, but they weren't buying them at the high volume they were buying them and before. And I'm just like, what is going on? Ding dong, it's the freaking coronavirus going on. So with the coronavirus, it didn't stop my business, but it slowed it down a little bit. And that's because, think about it, with the virus, they were telling people to stay in the house. They were telling people not to go outside. What was the thing that I could provide to my customer that actually was within guidelines of kind of what I do, but it just makes sense, and I'm also supplying a demand? And at the time, it was toilet paper selling out and freaking Lysol. And I knew that me and my business didn't portray to really toilet paper or Lysol. So you guys know me, I'm going to the fashion district, I'm shopping, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And when I'm at the district, things are starting to close down. It's not many people in there shopping and all this kind of stuff. So it's like a really, really big space, and I have a clear mind to think and walk around. And just sometimes I walk around inside of stores and I just get a vibe, a feel for it, and you see where the aesthetic of things takes me. I don't really have a plan, but I got a plan of going in there and just doing nothing. But that plan always works out in me having a bright idea or something comes to me. I ended up going down there and I seen masks. The first kind of masks I seen were the KN95 mask, and it was the medical grade blue mask. When I seen those 2 masks, I'm like, okay, like, you know, I'm feeling the vibes out. It is what it is. Like, I'm feeling the vibes. I see these masks. I wonder if my customers will want these. In my heart of hearts, I thought that my customers would purchase it. I talked to my employee and she was just like, I don't know, but we can test it out. And with me, I don't have a problem with spending some money to test something out just to see how it works. I always do that. And another thing is, when you're testing something out at first, you do not have to buy an increasingly crazy amount of bulk items. Like, you just don't have to do that. When sometimes you do that and you test it out and see how it works, you end up losing money. So with me, I never want to lose money. I'm always on the tip of gaining money. So I ended up getting, y'all gonna laugh at me and y'all gonna think I'm fucking crazy, but think about it. I never sold masks on my site before, so me thinking, I'm like, you know what, let me just get a smaller amount of masks. I believe I got 70 blue medical grade masks, and then I got 70 KN95 masks. And when I got these masks, I'm like, you know, I'm gonna just put these on the site, see how they go. 70 to me is a smaller scale. You have to do it to the scale of what your business is. So if your business is smaller than mine's, probably, if your business is smaller than mine, you would get maybe like 10 masks or 20 masks. It depends on what the small ratio for your business is. To me, 70 is pretty small. So I was like, I'm gonna start with 70. I'll get to 70, and I remember I had to make like an hour drive out. And when I'm making this hour drive out, I'm on the phone with my employee. I'm like, you know, I bought these masks. Let's just test it out, put them up. So while I'm on my drive, I have to go out the way for some stuff, and then I'm on my way back. So she puts the mask up for me on the site, and she puts 70 of them each one. When she puts the 70 of these masks, when I tell you, girl, these motherfucking masks sold out in probably about, these masks sold out in about an hour. And I know we get a lot of orders, and you gotta think about it. That's 70 and 70, so that's 140 masks. When you think about it, when you put 140 items up and they sell it within an hour, that's a lot. But I was like, you know what? That was my little inkling. So at that point, I knew that I could go back and buy more inventory. So that's why I say you always can go back sometimes. If you have a good vendor, you always can go back. So with me, I was like, you know what? I remember there was a bunch of masks in there. So if I go do this little bit, and if they sell out, I can go back tomorrow and get a bunch more masks. So that's exactly what the freak I did. I ended up going back and getting all the masks. Yeah, so I went back, I bought all the masks that they had, and when I did those, I ended up selling out of those masks. I literally, it was like I went to sleep and woke up and shit just been crazy ever freaking since. My weekend has been freaking nuts, okay? And I just have to thank God and everybody else, but I appreciate y'all so much. So I get on my website this morning and it tells me how many orders it's supposed to be. Well, all weekend I've been watching this fucking number increase. And I'm just like, whoa, what the fuck is going on? But look at my website. It is telling me we have 1,300 orders to complete. 1,384 to be exact. History is about to be fucking made today. This is the most orders I've ever had at once, at one particular time. And from over the week, I've had over 2,000 orders, but we've been doing them gradually. But at once, 1,300 is a lot of fucking orders. Glamazante. GLA. MA. And they just sold out. And then after that, I seen that it was like getting increasingly crazy. Like, people are buying these masks, they need these masks, this, that, and this, that. It was to the point where my vendor actually couldn't even keep up with me. And I'm gonna tell y'all about that. So my vendor couldn't even keep up with me. So that brings me to my next thing is, when I was purchasing all these masks and getting all these things, my vendor, I kept selling them out. Like, I kept selling them out. I would come in, I would buy all the masks, and then I would keep it moving. Come in, buy all the masks, keep it moving. And I was only buying all the masks and then coming back because they didn't have enough supply. So they would have to keep getting it in. So at this point, you know, it comes one of those things where I can't really get mad at my vendor. I was mad as fuck at my vendor, but I can't get that mad at my vendor. Is because the vendor, to me, the wholesale district is, to me, when buying wholesale, is first come, first serve. Most of them don't put limitations on how many you can buy and this, that, and this, that. But it got to a point where my vendor was telling me that they weren't going to supply me that many masks because they wanted to distribute it among other customers. And I'm just like, if I'm here buying it and it's nobody else in here buying these masks, because at the time nobody else was buying masks, and I didn't even know of anybody else selling masks on social media or anything like that, I was like, you know what? Why does it become a problem? But I had to understand at that point, like, they are not big enough to supply the things that I need. Because at that point, I would have maybe like 1,500 masks in my actual physical hand, but I would put up 3,000 masks on my site because I knew that I could come back and get it from them. But it was like getting to a point where like they had me waiting a day, they had me waiting 2 days, they had me waiting 3 days. But it was okay because, you know, my shipping policy on my website fluctuated with, like, you know, we have a 2 to 3 business day processing, which is true. And then after that, it's 5 to 7 business days. But if I can ship it fast and pay for a little bit of expedited shipping, I can get it to somebody in maybe like 2 days. So they were not able to accommodate.
Oh my God, I know I look like the same thing, but don't excuse that. Now I'm having a problem because the people that I'm buying my product from are restricting me from buying thousands of product because they want to save it for other customers. And nobody's in here. So now I have to find me another plug. Now I have to find me somewhere else to do my stuff at because I got thousands of orders to get out, and I've already bought a lot, but I've never heard of them ever putting a restriction on nobody from buying stuff, especially freaking wholesale, because wholesale is known for you to buy thousands of stuff. I'll figure it out.
And at that point, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to get mad, but they just can't accommodate me. So what I had to do is I had to reach out to a vendor that was outside of Los Angeles, California, and then go ahead and scale my business. Now, the thing about scaling your business is your business only can scale as big as you're going to allow it to scale. So, for example, if I want to make $1 million in a month, and I don't have $1 million worth of product to sell, then I'm not going to be able to make $1 million regardless. So with me, I had to realize, like, you know, I want to make, well, I don't know how much money I really wanted to make at the point. I just knew that I needed more masks. I needed somebody that was going to be able to accommodate the rate that my customers were purchasing. Because if not, I was prohibiting myself from making money. So for example, if I only have about 2,000 worth of masks and I'm only going to make, let's say my mask is $3. So if I only got 2,000 worth of masks, and my masks are $3, the max I can make that month is only $6,000 because I don't have enough money I don't have enough product to accommodate the money amount. And with me, I wanted to push the limits. I wanted to really, really push the limit and see how far this was gonna go, see how much this was gonna raise up. So at that point, you know, I had a whole issue when I was in there with my vendor. They would not really sell me over a certain amount of masks. I believe they had cut me off at a rate of 100 masks. And I'm like, I am selling 100 masks in probably about 5 minutes at this point because literally I was selling so many masks. And I'm talking about all kinds of masks. Y'all know I sell fashionable masks as well as like the printed ones. I sell the medical grade ones. And then I just had all kinds of masks. Any kind of mask a person wanted, whether it was neoprene, sponge mask, cloth mask, printed cloth mask, like any kids mask, any type of mask that I could get my hands on, girl, I had that mask and I was selling it as a product. And like, you know, I'm making like 15,000 in a day. I'm making freaking 10,000 in a day. And I'm just like, whoa. Because at the point where you gotta think about it, my business is so fast paced. All I'm thinking about is getting all these products to the customer so I can getting all these products to the customer so I can push it out. It got to a point where, you guys know, it's me and I had one employee, and normally it's like she packs the orders, and then if she has an over amount of orders that day, I'll like come in and help with assisting orders. But I also, y'all know I got other things going on. I do YouTube, of course, and I do other shit. I had to take a step back and say, you know, we need extra help. And that's when I decided to hire 2 interns, and they are definitely some sweethearts. And girl, when I tell you, we was in there like a freaking workshop, okay? So we had different stations, and due to this, the coronavirus is still kind of going on. So at that point, we had to make sure everybody did not have coronavirus. You had to wear gloves, you had to wear your mask, and we were in there packaging orders, okay? It was like a freaking, girl, it was like a freaking sweatshop.
Oh, I got this. I'm gonna be great with
Y'all, so this is the packages of black masks, but it's like 12 in a pack, so you have to get them out.
She's so adorable. So all I'm doing is chew a bag, and then one of Amazon takes cards. Get you some. But we're being very safe with the gloves and the mask.
She's a freaking trip.
Okay. Get yours.
She did all these ones over here, or most of these over here. And then I'm supposed to be over here doing the packaging. Y'all, it is coming to the end of the day. Been packing orders all day.
That's like she looks.
Nida. Y'all, this is my subby that was on my live. She DM Court and said, I'll come help Tay. And honey, she came through and helped me, period. Then she gonna write and say, y'all must been playing. Y'all ain't really want no help.
Cause at the end of the day, when you need help, you come with a quickness.
Girl, it took me some time. We've been packing all freaking. We packed so many orders.
Right. Like literally, people about to get their masks, quality masks. Okay, because Tay does nothing but quality.
Period. Let me tell you about how I sneezed one time, and she act like a damn. She gonna say, my chest is starting to tighten up right now. I said, get the freak out of here. And then we got this bag. We got all this. We got all this. Y'all, we even got stuff. Oh my God. Even more in here, okay?
So at a point where we're getting help and doing all this other stuff, we need to actually speed up the process in how we're shipping the orders. So another thing is with shipping orders, I know with me or my employee, we'll basically go through and we'll do it like one by one, because you got to think about it. With being a store, it'll fluctuate in how, with being like a fashion store, so people buy, orders won't be the same all the time. Like it just won't. Like most of the time it's mixed up. It'll be like 2 pairs of sunglasses, a pair of jeans, 2 shirts, and a skirt over here, and this and that. So it's mixed up, so you really can't do that. But during this time, most of people's orders were very consistent. It was either style 1 mask with a medical grade mask, or style 2 mask with another style mask. So what I had to end up doing was we were printing out the shipping labels mask. And I hope this.
So after you hit orders, you want to go to filters, and you just want to hit unfulfilled. And that's going to show you all the orders that you haven't fulfilled yet. And then you want to go through sort, the oldest order. And then from that, you want to type in any type of like keyword that will help you to locate the packages that you want to pack first. For us, we know exactly how much it costs. So right now, I'm going to go through and pack all the people who ordered 2 black masks. So I type in the price because I know how much that's supposed to cost. And then I'm going to just put in black. And that isolates all the orders of everyone who only bought 2 black masks. Then you just want to select them, create shipping labels. So Shopify only allows you to do 20 at a time. So then you go through, so then you can just go, you can scan through one by one this way. But since I know it's all the same thing, we're just going to hit view all to make sure all the packaging is correct and things like that. Then exit. Then we're just going to buy those 20 labels. All right, and those just and then Shopify just contacted your customer to let them know that their order has shipped. So now you just have to go through and print, and then you hit print. You send it to your printer or your label. So all you gotta do is take these and slap them on the package.
How many is gonna print at a time? Just 20, right?
Just 20, but like while this is going, you can already go ahead and start the next one, and it'll just keep going. So you can just bust out a lot back to back.
Now, with this being said, when I'm packaging all these orders, I had to get new packaging supplies. So the new packaging supplies I was getting was the poly mailers that were in smaller versions, because at this point, people are most likely just buying masks. Like they're buying a little bit of clothes here. Actually, I'm capping for real. People were buying clothes, but the bulk majority of orders that was going out was all due to masks, due to the pandemic, coronavirus. People needed masks. So with that being said, I had to go ahead and get different packaging, far as 4x6 poly mailers, I believe. It's either 5x7 or 4x6. But I had to get so many of those. And basically this cut down on my shipping costs of using my big poly mailers, because I don't want to use a big poly mailer for something that's about this small. So I was just downsizing on my packaging. So I had to reevaluate my packaging at this point. My packaging normally is like the big poly mailer. We use the big poly mailer. We use the freaking tissue paper, and then we have like the business card, and sometimes we put a little extra razzle dazzle in there. But I had to reevaluate my packaging now to I'm selling masks. My masks are being clear wrapped, so basically it's like protecting your mask instead of just throwing a mask into a poly bag. So we are using now clear wrap, and then we're also doing a business card with the smaller poly mailers. When I tell you it was hectic, it was so hectic. Like literally I was in my studio for times like at 12 hours. It was just pause upon pause. It was just so much. So I knew that I had to find me a freaking vendor for it, and I knew it couldn't be a vendor that was like downtown. Okay, so at that point I'm literally going through searching this is good tips of how to find for your business hashtags, looking at other people that sell the same thing you sell and going through their following, because most likely whoever they're following is who their vendor is. I don't know why most people do that. Like all my vendors that I buy from on social media, I don't follow them. Like I don't follow them, but I'm just giving y'all some free game, so peep it. Hashtags and people that sell clothes, sell hair, sell lashes, whatever they sell. Most time they don't follow a lot of people. If they don't follow a lot of people and you go through their following, you can tell who their vendor is. That's a no-brainer. But even that, you can go on Google and check out Google reviews and type in what you want. So all kinds of things, I was using those. And finally, I found the perfect vendor. And I ended up ordering thousands of masks. So I just got this box of inventory. Hey Moo, I need to go ahead and bust this open. I know I'm about to be looking. I just got this box of inventory. This shit is so big. So I'm about to open it up, and I know what's in it. I'm just making sure it's right. I had this mailed to my house because honestly, post office been tripping lately, and I didn't want to take no chances of the shit not showing up. And we're gonna be quite frank. Oh my God. Well, our mask is here. Okay, you guys, so this big ass thing is filled with nothing but masks. Straight up. I was like, I'm gonna say, out of everything that happens that might be like a setback, it might not be a setback because it just might end up working out your favor. So for example, like I said, from my first vendor that I was getting from downtown, I wanted a certain amount of masks from her, this amount of masks and that amount of masks, and she couldn't provide it. So ultimately, to me, it seemed like a setback because I'm like, damn, I can't even sell as many masks as I want to sell because she doesn't have it in stock. And I'm still selling my masks for the same rate that I was selling them from before. So at that point, I'm making more of my profit margin. Like I'm making more profit. So I was like, hey, this is a win-win situation for me, honey, period. At that point, it was nothing that could really stop me. My marketing with my Instagram, I will say I did amp that up. I started doing more Instagram ads. Instagram ads actually work for me. I've used Instagram ads. I've used Facebook ads. I started doing a little bit of those. And then also another thing that I've really started implementing was like my hashtags, And I was sending it out to influencers. I started sending influencers out free things as well. So in the midst of me already selling them off my own following, I'm sending the influencers that's selling off their following as well. Hold on. Hello?
Hey, do you remember shipping out a tangerine purse June 1st?
Yeah.
Okay, because it's saying that.
So the crazy part about it is, it was like, at that point, like, we had made $40,000 in one freaking week. That was the most money we ever fucking made. And I think people don't understand that. Like, that's a crazy amount for a new business that started in February. Okay? February. And this time it's April, nigga. April. And freaking $40,000 in 1 week. Mind blowing. So at that point, you know, I'm like, girl, I gotta get to it. If I ain't gonna get these masks one way, I'm gonna get them another way. And at this point, nigga, I need these masks because I gotta make this money. Okay, so my sister, I remember one time she hit me, she was like, did you check how much the stores made this week? And I'm like, girl, no. And when I go in there and I seen that shit, I just couldn't freaking believe it. I was blown out of freaking water, okay? Because at this point, I'm just thinking, God, I'm saying this is my calling. I know I'm here for this. I know I'm made for this shit. All bets is off, okay? Period. So I'm gonna show y'all exactly how much money I made. $109,436.30 freaking 3 cents. Motherfucking balls, okay? Motherfucking bullshit. Do you hear me? When I say that month was that was like the hardest month I've ever worked, far as shipping orders, packaging orders, doing marketing, still out here going out and getting it, going on my Grizzly honey, and then on top of that, still having to maintain my YouTube channel as well as maintain my relationship. And then I feel like I should give y'all an update for the next month and letting you know how it goes, because think about it. Everybody that I sent out a business card to, I gave them a discount code. So then I'm even bringing in more customers, returning customers, because at this point, my customer has a discount. This ain't rocket science though, I feel like. It's just one of those things where paying attention, understanding. It's the same thing with YouTube. When you see people doing stuff on trend, most time people do the same video and then they get traction. Or if somebody uses a popular YouTuber's name or a popular name or person's name, then they'll get traction to their video. This is the same thing, but taking that in a business aspect of what is going on in the world, what is going on with my customers, what's actually happening with them individually and as a whole, and how can I fit into that? Because like I said, I sell a lot of clubby clothes, but people couldn't go to no club because guess what? It was the coronavirus going on. So, but yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's just something I wanted to like talk about my story. I know it's very long-winded and stuff like that, but I hope you were able to find some tips, tricks, and things of the trade of how I made over $100,000 in 1 month on my new business, bitch. Period. They're the numbers right there. The numbers is in the proof, bitch. The numbers is in the motherfucking proof.